Thank you, Keith. In California, wildfires are now threatening thousands of homes. Jonathan Vigilati reports.
Extreme weather is bringing fire and even ice to the west. Arizona pummeled by hail. In Northern California, a weekend lightning storm ignited more than 100 fires. In drought-stricken Colorado, massive fires have claimed more than 125,000 acres.
Yeah, that's an actual tornado.
And for the first time in history, the National Weather Service warned of fire-induced tornadoes near the Nevada-California border, the blaze creating its own weather system. Tonight, more than 40 million people under heat warnings across 10 states, including Death Valley, California, where the temperature reached 130 degrees, rivaling the hottest temperature ever recorded on the planet. With 18,000 acres already destroyed, the lake fire in Los Angeles County forced thousands to evacuate. Those spared by fire couldn't escape the heat. Statewide, some 300,000 Californians plunged into darkness after the power was cut to save energy. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News.
The time right now is 5:48, and coming up after the break, it's time for the birthday roll call, plus the latest in entertainment news. You're watching Concho Valley this morning, so keep it here.
At KLST, we bring you the best local news in the Concho Valley, and we're excited to tell you about a trusted national newscast you can watch in prime time. News Nation on WGN America.
What we believe in, is inspired by what we know. News Nation is a national newscast in prime time 7 nights a week to keep you in the know from across the country, to decide what you think and believe it all. News Nation, coming September 1st to WGN America.
The CDC states that for corona and all viruses, laundering at over 160 degrees is still the most effective way to sanitize laundry, and that the dry cleaning process is effective as well. Holiday Cleaners launders at up to 220 degrees, and we adhere to the OSHA bloodborne pathogens guidelines for handling and laundering. We have adopted additional sterilization measures in our facilities. All of our locations have drive-through access for drop-off and pickup, or we are offering free home pickup and delivery on orders more than $30. Holiday Cleaners, 60 years strong and proud to be your leading dry cleaner.
At Randall Motors, we're very proud to be one of your favorite places to buy a new car. And being your favorite place to buy a used car is especially exciting. It's important to us that you know our commitment to service, quality, and value is just as important when you're shopping for a pre-owned vehicle. We know you have plenty of choices, so when you choose us to help you buy a car, it's an honor and a privilege. From all of us here at Randall Motors, thank you. Randall Motors, Avenue N at Austin.
Funtown RV is celebrating 10 years as America's favorite RV dealer and the #1 RV franchise in Texas. To celebrate, we're lowering our already low prices and offering 0 down, 0 payments for 60 days, $0 RVIP membership, and our newly added RVRX sanitation treatment. Shop and save on thousands of RVs in stock from top manufacturers like Forest River, Heartland, and more. Come celebrate with us today at one of our 11 convenient locations in Texas and Oklahoma, or online at funtownrv.com.
Time now for the birthday roll call for today, Tuesday, August 18th. And today our birthdays include Claude Fletcher, who is 70. Then we have Brendan Lee Castro, Cookie Jacob Van Zant, Lee Ann McCarley, Matt Garcia, and Tammy Merwin.
So happy birthday to everyone in the Concho Valley celebrating a birthday today. If you would like for us to announce your name on Concho Valley this morning, hit me and phone how you get them to. Just make sure to get your birthday in a few days early.
And now for sports with Sports Director Matt Locke.
Good morning, Concho Valley. I'm Sports Director Matt Locke. Sports here in San Angelo are going to look a lot different this fall. Friday night football with limited fans. High school volleyball players with masks while on the court. And no Angelo State athletics. 2 weeks ago, the Lone Star Conference decided to shut down all fall sports, but left the door open for fall sports in the spring. Naturally, the Rams and the Bells were still disappointed, but Bells soccer head coach Travis McCorkle is still looking for silver linings, even through a long timeline of bad news.
We've never had this much prep time before a season. So, you know, it's not good that we'll have 2 months off right before. But the good part is I will know my freshmen, my new players, better than I've ever known them before they are put into a game situation, you know, in the conference play. The part that's even better than that is that I still have a job. There's still a soccer program at ASU. You know, we have a plan in place to play in the spring. So at least with that plan in place, it gives you hope that something's going to happen and there's something to work towards.
Former Angelo State belle Maria Delgado just signed a contract to play professional basketball. The Colombian guard will play for CD Magic Tias from Lanzarote Island in Spain as part of the Spanish Women's League. In her senior season at Angelo State, Delgado averaged over 10 points per game, shooting 40% from the three-point line, 44% on field goals. The Dallas Cowboys training camp is officially underway, with players having their first practice in full pads. There's a ton of storylines ahead of this Cowboys season, but what else is new? Quarterback Dak Prescott playing on a franchise tag, a new Super Bowl winning head coach, and a plethora of big-name acquisitions both in free agency and the draft. One big name won't be on the field this season. Defensive lineman Gerald McCoy signed in free agency, has a right quad injury. He'll undergo surgery and miss the upcoming season. Everson Griffin, another big-name defensive lineman, signed with Dallas last week. And the Cowboys CEO, Stephen Jones, says while it's unfortunate, the depth of this roster can help fill that void.
Well, it's obviously tough. It's part of the game. I mean, you see injuries around the league, you know, every day. And unfortunately, that's, you know, why you want to have a deep roster. I mean, that's why you have to have a deep roster. Obviously, where you sign a guy like Everson Griffin, you never know when things like this are going to happen. And it's certainly disappointed. Well, first and foremost, disappointed for Gerald. I know he was fired up about being here, but also he, you know, it's disappointing for us.
Dez Bryant has not played in an NFL game since the end of the 2017 season. He was released by the Dallas Cowboys and never really found a new home. Now, the 31-year-old is reportedly going to work out with the Baltimore Ravens. Head coach Jim Harbaugh didn't comment on the report. Reigning MVP Lamar Jackson is throwing to one of the youngest receiving corps in the league. No one over 27 years old. That's a look at morning sports. I'm Matt Locke.
Comedic spin on a Charles Dickens classic is coming to the big screen. And meet the new cast of CBS's Love Island. Nichelle Medina has more in today's ION Entertainment Report.
It's a modern twist on a Charles Dickens classic in the personal history of David Copperfield.
Mr. Dick. Is it lunch?
A new clip of the comedy drama has just been released, starring Dev Patel as David Copperfield. The story follows David as he moves around and meets a curious cast of characters, all while collecting notes that become his autobiography. The personal history of David Copperfield is set to hit theaters August 28th.
Who are you? She's your sister.
Netflix has released the first teaser for Enola Holmes, starring Millie Bobby Brown as Sherlock Holmes' younger sister. The movie centers on Enola learning that her mother has disappeared. Enola Holmes streams on Netflix September 23rd. And 11 single people are ready to find their match. CBS has announced the Islanders looking for love on season 2 of Love Island. The cast includes 22-year-old Jeremiah White, 27-year-old Caitlin Anderson, and 22-year-old Carrington Rodriguez. The reality series kicks off with a 2-hour premiere on August 24th. That's your eye on entertainment. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And a quick look at other world entertainment. Shania Twain is back with a re-release of her breakthrough album soon. Douglas Hyde gives us the Hollywood Minute.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's WAP debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 song chart and made history. According to Nielsen Music, the hit tune drew a whopping 93 million streams in the U.S. alone last week. That's the most for any track ever in its first week of release.
Legends never die.
Shania Twain has teamed up with fellow Canadian country star Orville Peck for Legends Never Die, a song from his just-released EP, Show Pony. The country icon says her singing partner has a very special style.
He's got a very unique voice, so one of these one-of-a-kind voices. He's got a very almost old-fashioned way of singing, and yet he's edgy and daring. I think he's carving out his own path, and also, I think, opening up a whole new world for fans.
Shania fans can also look forward to a 25th anniversary Diamond edition of her Grammy-winning breakthrough album, The Woman in Me, which drops in October. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Now the time right now is 5:57. Coming up next, new innovations and marketing tactics. The auto industry is trying to keep consumers buying. Concho Valley This Morning will be back in just a few moments.
The great summer offers on new Volkswagen models are even better at Lawrence Hall's Volkswagen of Abilene. Great summer offers like a new 2020 Volkswagen Jetta S for just $17,451, or a new Volkswagen Passat SE for only $21,911, or drive home in a 2021 Volkswagen Atlas S. Summer priced now for $27,756. The great summer offers on new Volkswagen models are even better, so get summer savings today at Lawrence Hall's Volkswagen of Abilene.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Hi, this is Darren Black with Black Plumbing. We are excited about the reopening of Texas. At no time in our past has it been more important to work together for our future and the safety of our fellow neighbors. I ask you to please shop local and remind you that Black Plumbing will be here for you and your community while still maintaining our safety standards. For all your residential and commercial needs, Black Plumbing will be there for you. May God bless you, and may God bless Texas.
Help is on the way.
First Community Federal Credit Union now offers one-stop shopping for both your borrowing and insurance needs. Rush Seaver with one CFCU Insurance Services is now available to cover your auto, home, life, or commercial insurance needs. Rush is an independent agent with the ability to quote through multiple insurance carriers to get you the best, most complete coverage at the best possible rate. Not only saving you money, but finding you the best coverage available for you and your family. Great rates, the right coverage, speedy claims processing are Rush's promise to you.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
Step up to GMC and get $7,000 purchase cash on this 2020 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab Texas Edition. That's an MSRP under $46,000. We are professional grade. GMC.
KLST, local news first with Kristen Strakalaitis and meteorologist Heath Bradberg. This is Concho Valley This Morning.
And welcome back, everybody. Looking at our current conditions, we got 71 degrees in San Angelo, 73% humidity. Winds are coming in from the southwest at about 6 miles an hour. Temperatures around the region are mostly in the upper 60s to low 70s, so a bit cooler than what we've had over the past several weeks. Humidity levels may feel a little bit high, but that's okay with the cooler temperatures. It's not going to be too muggy outside. 60s and 70s as we continue getting through the morning here. A bit into the 80s for Junction as well as up in Coleman at this time. Now, not a whole lot going on for satellite radar. We do have some clouds off to the south here, but otherwise for the rest of the Concho Valley, we're pretty much in the clear as we get through these early morning hours. We do have a few showers that are developing just to the south of the Concho Valley, but that isn't going to be coming into our area anytime today. We're going to have plenty of sunshine in the morning and in the early afternoon hours. A few more clouds coming in later this afternoon, and winds are going to be coming in from the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour later on today. Highs will be in the mid-90s as we continue getting through our Tuesday, so we're going to be sitting at about average and looking at our departure from normal. So you'll notice with this lighter red and this lighter blue color for the state of Texas, that's going to keep us in average temperatures as we get through the next couple of days. And we do have a few cold air mass here to the northeast of us. And then we do have plenty of warm air off to the west here, so eventually that will be slowly dragging across the U.S. as we get through the next couple of days. We'll have some clouds come through later this afternoon, clearing out as we get overnight into tomorrow. A bit more sunshine for tomorrow morning, and then as we head overnight into Thursday morning, we'll start to see more clouds coming into our area. And as a reminder, tomorrow is the first day of school, so we will expect 98 degrees for a high, plenty of sunshine and warm conditions as kids not only head to school but are coming back home. Breaking down a 7-day forecast, we will have temperatures maintaining in the upper 90s as we continue through the rest of the week. Back into the triple digits for the weekend, and chances of early morning showers coming up on Saturday.
Thank you, Keith. Senator John Cornyn of Texas toured Angelo State University campus Monday for a look at how some of the millions in federal CARES Act funding is being used. Amanda Lozano has more in this morning's News Connection.
This virus has taught us a lot of lessons.
U.S. Senator John Cornyn visited the Angelo State University campus Monday as students began their first day for the fall semester. The senator toured a classroom reconfigured for hybrid learning with resources provided through the CARES Act, which has given the institution nearly $7 million in federal relief funding. New ASU President Ronnie Hawkins welcomed Cornyn to campus.
Without that type of funding, we wouldn't be where we're at today to be able to open up the campus to the students, open it back up to the students and the new students coming in.
SAISD Superintendent Dr. Carl Dethloff also welcomed the senator and thanked him for the more than $2.8 million in federal funding given to the San Angelo School District.
That will strategically and fundamentally allow us to start school this Wednesday, August 19th. We have over 74,000 masks that were purchased, over 2,500 face shields.
The rest of the $35 million in federal CARES Act funding is helping Tom Green County residents with housing and rental assistance, transportation, and health care. Senator Cornyn says he remains hopeful the House and Senate can agree on more relief funding in the near future.
I'm still remain hopeful and that we will get our act together and we will pass additional aid for all of the various people who've been affected either from the public health consequences or from the economic consequences.
For News Connection, I'm Amanda Lozano.
And for anyone who missed the back-to-school special on KLST yesterday, the full coverage is available on ConchoValleyHomepage.com on the Back-to-School tab.
We are extremely excited to have kids back on campus since spring break.
Yeah, longest spring break ever.
Yes, it was too long. So we're definitely excited to have kiddos back.
This special takes a look at what changes can be expected for the classrooms for schools starting this week and how teachers feel about coming back in the midst of a pandemic.
There are over 760 active cases of COVID in our area. The city announced 20 new positive COVID cases on Monday. This brings the total to over 2,900 for local people who tested positive for the virus. There are 49 people who are being hospitalized and 45 COVID-related deaths. You can help San Angelo Concho Valley Regional Food Bank get more grant money. Starting tomorrow, you can go to Make More Happen website and share it on your Facebook page. 500 shares will get San Angelo's Food Bank $5,000 more. They have already received $5,000 through this special program that recognizes local communities. They say the money will help them continue to expand their services to people in the community.
10 grand represents about 80,000 meals that can be provided to children throughout the Concho Valley and our service area. We all know that children suffer most from hunger or food insecurity, as folks call it these days. And without that support, just reduces the number of meals that we would be able to provide to children throughout the Concho Valley.
Make More Happen is sponsored by Safeco and Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Many of us might be worried about evictions, but a free virtual meeting will be available to help us understand our rights. This webinar is being held by professionals with Legal Aid of Northwest Texas. This virtual meeting will start August 25th at 10 in the morning. Registration details are currently on the screen, and we can either call 325-261-9827 or email CSAILLASJ@lanwt.org. We are asked to provide our name, number, and an email address.
With a look at the latest business news, Pizza Hut says they will be likely shutting down 300 of their underperforming restaurants. Here's Dan King Hall with this morning's CBS Money Watch report.
Stocks finished mixed on Wall Street Monday. The Dow fell 86 points. The Nasdaq rallied 110 for another record close, and the S&P 500 rose 9, finishing just a few points shy of its all-time record. Elon Musk's fortune continues to vault higher. The Tesla and SpaceX founders' net worth surged $7.8 billion in the span of just a few hours after Tesla shares rallied 11% and closed at a record high. That was enough to make Musk, with nearly $85 billion in assets, among the top 5 wealthiest people in the world. He's still more than $100 billion behind the top spot held by Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. The bankruptcy of a major Pizza Hut franchisee is likely to lead to 300 restaurants being closed. NPC International filed for Chapter 11 protection last month. Yesterday, it reached a deal with Pizza Hut's owner, Yum Brands, that called for it to close a quarter of its locations and sell the rest. Pizza Hut described the locations being shut as significant underperformers. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. I'm Diane King Hall.
The auto industry continues to roll out new models in the hope that consumers will continue to come around despite the pandemic. Mandy Gaither has more in today's Consumer Watch.
After an awful March and April in the auto industry, when the pandemic forced a sharp decline in new car sales, a joint retail sales forecast developed by J.D. Power and LMC Automotive shows last month new car sales were still down nearly 10% from a year ago, but only off about 4% compared to pre-virus predictions.
I'm wondering myself why the car sales have actually rebounded as strongly as they have. This happened all over the world, by the way. It's happening in Europe and China as well. And I think there was pent-up demand.
Ford CEO Jim Hackett is hoping the momentum keeps climbing, unveiling a new line of Broncos for the first time in 25 years. While J.D. Power says trucks and SUVs are on pace to account for nearly 76% of new vehicle retail sales, other cars are being rolled out as well, including 2 new electric ones. Lucid Air is expected to get an EPA-rated range of at least 517 miles. And GM unveiled the Cadillac Lyric, the first all-electric vehicle for the Cadillac brand. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And as we continue through the week, we will have temperatures a bit closer to average. A mix of sun and clouds can also be expected as we get through this week as well as the weekend. And spotty showers could develop around the region as we get through the upcoming Saturday morning. A little more details in your full weather forecast in a little bit.
Thanks, Heath. Coming up, how the pandemic is changing the Democratic National Convention operations this year. The time right now is 6:10. Stay with us. You're watching Concho Valley This Morning.
Sponsored by Tommy Neal, your Edward Jones financial advisor, making sense of investing. For more on today's stories, visit ConchoValleyHomepage.com. This portion of the news sponsored by Concho Bail Bonds.
Cadillac is made for summer.
So celebrate those long days and even longer drives with the fresh new lineup from Cadillac. Find the perfect ride for you. Choose from a diverse selection of uniquely crafted SUVs and sedans. The new Cadillac range of vehicles. It's the ultimate in iconic luxury. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 purchase allowance on a 2020 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit Randall Cadillac.
The Texas Department of Transportation has issued a new report stating that nearly half of all Texas traffic fatalities are occurring in oil and gas-producing regions. The law offices of Rick DeHoyos is dedicated to fighting oil and gas companies that place profits over safety. We welcome the oil and gas industry to our West Texas economy, but our law firm insists on a zero-tolerance policy for companies that do not respect our community's safety. The law offices of Rick DeHoyos, 502 South Irving, or make the local call to 658-8000.
Do you have roof damage? Call the experts at Kent Elliott Roofing. You want your roof done right, and you want it done now before there's any more damage. At Kent Elliott Roofing, we will return your call in 24 hours or less and get to work to protect your home. We complete most roofs within 2 weeks. For all your roofing needs, stay local. Call the team that's been taking care of the Concho Valley since 1966. Call Kent Elliott Roofing, 325-655-2800.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup, America's best-selling brand. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Drive home an F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months or get over $11,000 in total savings. Ford, built for Texas, built for you.
Authority. Here's meteorologist Heath Bradburn, sponsored by Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Welcome back, everybody. Taking a quick look at our current conditions. We got 70 degrees in San Angelo, 73% humidity, winds coming in fairly light from the southwest at about 5 miles an hour. And looking around the rest of the region, we do have mostly upper 60s to low 70s as we continue getting through these early morning hours. Humidity levels are going to be mostly in the 60s and 70s, a bit into the 80s for Junction as well as up in Coleman right now. So not too bad with those cooler temperatures. It won't be as muggy outside. We do have a few clouds off in the southern part of the Concho Valley that continue pushing in that direction, but not too much going on for the state of Texas. A few showers starting to develop south of the Concho Valley, but otherwise, for the most part, we're going to have plenty of clear skies and sunny skies as we go from the morning into the early afternoon hours. Clouds will start to develop later this afternoon, and winds are going to shift and pick up from the northeast at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Highs today are expected to be in the mid-90s as we go through our Tuesday, so overall not too bad. And we do have a little bit of a cool pocket of air just to the northeast of us, but if you look off to the west here, we have plenty of warm air that continues to slowly make its way across the U.S., so eventually we will be picking up again in temperatures. Clouds will continue to come in this afternoon and then clear up by overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, and then afternoon we'll have plenty of sunny skies. Clouds will start to make their way from the north as we head overnight into Thursday morning. And as a reminder, tomorrow is the first day of school, so we can expect 98 degrees for a high, plenty of sunshine as we get through the day, and it will be a bit breezy. Winds coming in from the north at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Highs will maintain in the upper 90s as we continue through the rest of the week. Triple digits once again for the weekend, and chances of early morning showers coming in Saturday.